Miss Shafika, my name is Kenneth Kwek from MSUC Sarawak. In this video, I'm gonna talk about the Japan 7 Trompenaars, or the 6 Hofstede dimension of culture. So let's begin. So this is the Japanese background culture. Japan island country lying off the east coast of Asia. It consists of a great string of islands in the northeast and southwest that stretches for approximately 1,500 miles, which is 2,400 kilometers, through the western north of Pacific Ocean. The Japanese landscape is rugged with more than 4/5 of the island surface consisting of mountains. There are many active and dormant volcanoes, including Mount Fuji, also known as Fujisan, which at an elevation of 12,388 feet, which is 3,776 meters, and is the Japanese highest mountain. Japan has a large and to a great extent ethnically homogeneous population, which is heavily concentrated in the low-lying areas along the Pacific coast of Honshu. So this is the index score for the cultural dimension for Japan. So for power distance we have 54 and individualism for 46, and masculinity is 95, and uncertainty avoidance which is 92, and long-term orientation we have 88, and lastly indulgence we have 42. The power distance index of Japan is a measurement of the acceptance of hierarchy of power and wealth by the individuals, which generally make up the population of the nation, culture, or business. Based on the Hofstede Center 2020 data, Japan got a score of 54 on power distance index, which is a borderline compared to another Asian countries such as China. Japanese also certainly have a hierarchy, however it is not as strong, and important to note that Japanese are born with an ideology that everyone is born equal and individual is a creator of its own successful future if he or she works hard enough. Individualism versus collectivism. This dimension measures the extent of interdependence a society maintains among its members. Compared to China or South Korea, Japan has a high individualism dimension score of 46, even though overall harmony and shame of losing face in front of others are a characteristic of collectivism society. Japan do not have, for example, extended family system. Masculinity versus femininity. The high score in masculinity will indicate that culture is driven by competition and success. The feminine culture will care about quality of life and see it as a main achievement. Japan is amongst the most masculine culture in the world with a score of 95. Interestingly, being not very collectivistic, one cannot see competitive behavior, yet Japanese are very competitive when it comes to the competition between teams. Moreover, workaholic and long working hours is another dominant feature among Japanese. As a result, it is very hard for women to be successful in work life. Uncertainty avoidance measures how societies perceive the fact that the future cannot be known. It refers to a country of cultural levels of tolerance of comfort for ambiguity, uncertainty, and unstructured situation. With a score of 92, Japan is the most uncertainty-avoiding country in the world, compared to South Korea with a score of 85. This fact explained by continuously natural disaster happening in Japan. Almost every ritual or event is planned in detail and prescribed. In business, Japanese executives will not take decisions without detailed direction in case of risk. Therefore, it is hard to realize change in Japan. With a score of 88, Japan is one of the most long-term oriented culture. It is not wrong to call Japanese fatalists. In business, Japanese invested heavily in research and development, which aims to provide good quality and establish long-term commitments. This will rather give them achieve higher profits. Indulge versus restraint. In this concept, the society is divided into two groups. The first one is indulgence. stands for society that allows relatively free gratification of basics and natural human drive, which related to enjoying life and having fun. The second one is restraint stands for society that suppresses gratification of needs and control it by means of strict social norm. While Japan can be categorized as a strict society country with a low score of 42, yet the highest in comparison with China and South Korea. It is characterized by the pessimism and cynicism that they have. Japanese also have little leisure time and act accordingly to social norms which restrain them and seeing indulging as something wrong. Japan is external direction culture. People believe that nature or their environment controls them. They must work with their environment to achieve goals. At work or in relationship, they must focus their action on others and they avoid conflict where possible. People often need reassurance that they are doing a good job. That's all from me. Thank you.